18BC1073. In this video, we are going to perform the attack on missing function level access control. The tool which we are going to use is burpsuite. The security goals which are going to compromise is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. In missing functional level access control, we gain access to privileges which are not in our scope. For example, if we are user and we are able to get admin privileges, then will be able to see what the admin is able to see, and hence we are able to compromise confidentiality. We might be able to also change it, hence integrity, and if we are deleting resources, we can also affect the availability. So these are the steps which we are going to follow to perform the attack. The first thing we need to do is set up a proxy for burpsuite. For that, we'll go in our browser, we'll go in settings. The short way to do is about preferences, and over here we are going to go in network setting. In network setting, we'll configure it to manual proxy configuration, and the IP address we will keep it as localhost 127.0.0.1, and the port we'll keep it at whatever burpsuite is running on, that is 8080 in this case. This is our proxy configuration. The next step that we are going to follow is turn off intercept in burpsuite. In burpsuite, we'll go to proxy, intercept, and we'll make sure that the intercept is off. The intercept is now off. Then the next step that we are going to do is we are going to just simply test the site and see the output. This is basically we are scanning what all is happening in the site. Usually we will perform this before, but we already know the vulnerability which we are going to attack. So this is just for technical functional completion. So this is the site which we have. It is giving me options to view the different codes. So I'll just test a few. So as I can see, for different item codes, it is giving me different items. And if I look at the search bar, it is showing me that item number 7 and action is equal to view. Now usually what we notice here is that action equal to view implies there are many other actions which can be performed, but it is only giving us option for view over here. So this is the vulnerability which we are probably going to attack. The next thing which we are going to do is intercept the request. Now that we have just overall roughly scanned it, what we are going to do is we are going to go in burpsuite, turn on the intercept. Then what we are going to do is we are going to send a random request, say item 6, and now the browser won't load because the request has now been sent to burpsuite, and here we have it on the intercept. Now we have successfully intercepted the request. Next step is to send the request to intruder. This is very simple. What we are going to do in burpsuite, right click and send to intruder. Intruder is basically the tool which we are going to use to attack with. The next step is to set attack to sniper. In the intruder tab, we will have attack type on the positions page. We'll set it to sniper. There are many other options. We are using sniper because we are only going to change one aspect of the request. Select position for payload. The next step is to select position for payload. Payload is the malicious code which we are going to try to deploy, and in this the payload is denoted by the weird quotation marks. So first we are going to clear it, and then the payload is going to be the action button, because that is where we are going to change the data. And now we have successfully set the payload to payload position to item action. If we wanted to test with other items, we would have changed we would have also added the item to the payload, but right now we are just seeing what all actions we can perform. The next step is to set the payload. Payload is the malicious code which we are going to try to inject, or the dictionary which we are going to upload. So we are going to do it for each position. So we have only one position, so we don't have to worry much. So payload set 1, simple list. Now here we are going to enter what all we think might be possible functions. So delete might be 1, update might be 1, remove might be 1, release might be one, and there are many more. We'll just test with these four for now. And the next thing is to start the attack. So what we are going to do is simply go to burpsuite. It will have an option to start the attack, and we'll start it. It is giving us this as an output. The next step is to compare the length of the output and find valuable outputs. So in this step, what we are going to do is we are going to try to pass through the output. Since in this we are sending nothing and we are getting a large response, so we can ignore this one. For the other ones, if we observe, the length of all 234 is 4994, while only delete has a 9503. So we should check delete first, because if update is not a function, then most likely remove and release are also not a function, because it is giving us the same length. So we'll check for delete. To check, what we are going to do is going to response, and we'll send it to renderer so that it is much more easier for us to see. And it is showing us item deleted successfully. Just for the sake of completion, we'll also check for remove, and it is not giving us any response for remove. So very likely update and release will also not give any response, but delete is clearly giving us a item deleted successfully, implying that most likely the delete is a possible function which we can use, which we do not have access to as regular user. And hence we have successfully performed missing functional level access control. For proof of concept, what we are going to do is basically we are going to try and delete something. We'll turn off the intercept to show. It is showing, and now instead of action view, we'll replace it with delete. We have successfully deleted item number 1. Number 1 is no longer in the menu. Thank you.